So friends, we are starting a new video today where we are going to use some functions, few function and filter. So they are function which can be utilized as part of query as well. So there are many functions which can be used. So there are set of functions which can be referred as aggregate functions. In MySQL, aggregate functions can be those functions which cumulate the data in multiple ways. So any of the cumulating the data is to say that count the number of values there are given in a set of, suppose I want to count the number of rows in given table. Suppose I want to count the number of rows in first dimension table. What I have to write it down, select count as total customers from first dimension. So in this example, I am displaying the total number of counts of the customer dimension table. So what I will do, I will select this one query and will execute it. Then I will get to know that there are total number of rows is 1832 in customer dimension table. So on other variation, you can see that if you want to change the caption of the title of those columns, you can known as column alias. See what I have done here. I have done use count function. This is the function for counting entire row. So what I have done here, if I can also write it down. Select count customers as total customers. What I did here, I have used function alias as after using as total customer. Till now what you are using, select customer from first dimension. So we have used in this query select count function and then custom note in the customer name, select count as total customer. So you have seen that if you want to change the caption of the title, those columns you can use what is known as column alias. This total customer is known as column alias. So you can specify a column alias which will be used in the title for that particular column. Here is the column alias is total customer. Total customer is not present in your original table. What we have done, we have done we have specified the total customer as after using as keyword. So total customer is the column alias for this. When it is displaying, so in this particular example, you can see that column title have been shown as total customer because I have specified a column alias using the keyword called as. So you can specify a column alias to any number of column. You can say in this particular example, so see, in last lecture, I have already told you that if you want to retrieve the data in some particular order, then we have to specify here. So in up to our last video, we didn't retrieve the data in any particular order. But in this, in this query, if I want to read out customer name, city and state from first dimension, then I have to mention order here. First customer name, then city and then state. Here there is no function like count and there is no alias. So we are not using any keyword like alias, like as. So what we will do, we will, if we are going to execute this, then see, this is the customer name, city and state. What we have specified, if we want to retrieve the data in some particular order, then we have to mention here in MySQL. Okay, I hope you understood how to retrieve the data from any database in MySQL in some particular order. The order you will mention here, you will get the data. So, okay, coming to the next point. What we are saying? We are saying you can specify some column as column alias. Means you can change the name of the particular attribute for that particular query. So, in this particular query, what we are going to do? We are going to have customer name as customer full name. So we can change here customer name as customer full name. We have to put it in the semicolon. We can put it comma city as customer city. So you can understand we have taken here two column areas. First customer name as this and city as this. So I'm specifying column areas as customer full name. For the city, if I want to change the caption as customer city, I can do that. So I have two column areas. So if I execute this now, so the title displays is now is column areas that we have just specified. See, till now the name was customer name. If I will execute this, then name will be customer full name. See, we will see it how it's working. Go to execute query. Then see how beautifully you have changed the customer city and customer full name in the replacement of city and customer. So the title displayed is now is the column area that we have just specified. Another important point is here that specific areas that we have specified is limited to this one query only. For this query only, we can replace the name of customer name as customer full name. If I will run any other query, then there will be a customer name. If we are not specifying there again. So we have specified is limited to only this specific query. If you run any other query having customer name, it will show customer name, no full name will be there. Alias, column alias is limited to so that particular query. This is not the same as renaming the column as we were doing by using alter command. So if you really want to rename any attribute permanently for a specific column, then you should be using the alter table. Note the column areas. The column areas is the temporary change just for displaying the records. If you want to display the record in some particular format, in some particular name, then you can use the column alias. But if you want to change the database, you have to use alter command. So guys, moving on. When you are running a query, we can apply different filters on any query. So you will see that in all the queries we have written so far, we are displaying all the rows. We didn't use till now any kind of filter in our data. So now I want to introduce the concept of a filter condition. I don't want to display the name of all the customer, but I want to display the name of customer who belongs to the West Bengal. So I can specify the additional where clause. What it will select, we have used select from, then it will come to the where clause. So what is where clause? Where clause is used for filtering the data. First of all, I want to make it clear. Where clause is used for filtering the data. Then select count as Bengal customers from table name where state is West Bengal. So we again have used a column alias select count as Bengal customers. If we write it down, select count customers from customers, then it is also same. But if you want to see the name of column as Bengal customers, then it will look like good in our database. It will look like more meaningful if we are sharing some reports with another guys. So I hope you understood how why we are using as keyword, how we are using count keyword, why we are using changing of name here. So if I run this select count as column areas from table name where state is West Bengal, which is used for filtering. Till now we were displaying all the rows. Now we will display only the rows of West Bengal by selecting the query, and by executed we can determine the count of Bengal customers. So the count of Bengal customer is 40. Till now you were getting, I guess, 1822 or 1833. It was far more than. So you can see that I told you there are 6 components in select statement. So we are already at third component. So we are using select, we are using from, we are using where. So if we are saying this particular command, you will see the only those customer which belong to the West Bengal, West Bengal. So we retrieve the data for only West Bengal customers. So I have applied a filter specified by where clause. This is the application of where clause. We are using it for filtering purpose. So this particular filter you are specifying can be a complex filter. We can increase the complexity of the filter. I can say that this condition is true and some other condition is true and so on. So this is like any other programming language. So I can specify it in the compound condition too. So if I can say like city should be Kolkata and state should be West Bengal, then how I will write it down? I have written it where state is West Bengal. Then I will first remove the semicolon because it is used for ending the command, and city is equal to Kolkata. Then after running this command, you can see that here I am using multiple filtering condition. First thing, on multiple attribute. As long as those multiple attributes belong to the same table, we can use the multiple filtering here if they are belong to the same table, those attributes. So this is essentially filter select clause which is filtering the data that I want to see only. I don't want to see the entire data. I want to see some particular rows which has some meaningful information for me. So you have to remember that if there is where clause, which means there is a filter condition, and if there is a filter condition, the filter condition is evaluated first. First, I want to tell you this. First, if you are executing this, then this filter condition will be execute first, then there will be a count. How we write is not the proper step in executing. In execution, first filter condition is executed, then after the other condition is specified is evaluated. So which means displaying these attributes, city name, state and so on, that displays only after the filtering is applied. So that when you are reading someone else's query, your eyes should fall on directly to the where clause, which type of filter, which type of data we are going to read, what kind of filtering condition is being specified. So first I want to run this so I can show you the count of step. These both are same. So if you want to see the West Bengal and Kolkata both, then customers is 40. So what I do is previously we have select count as Bengal customer from, so I can add a filter clause here. So I said anything else is done after filtering is applied. After, if filtering is applied, then after anything will be happen. So what we have seen here, there are 40 customers who belongs to the West Bengal. So the only difference between the previous query and the query that it has filter clause. As I said, we can have compound condition. See if I can have compound conditions. So now I will move to the compound condition by some other examples. So see, there may be multiple types of compound condition. if we are going with lecture by lecture, we will see in more different ways. So it has filter clause, and I said we can have compound condition as well as this can be a example of, this is example of or. We can have and. First, if I want to tell you, if we are using or in compound condition, then any of the conditions should be satisfied. If we are using and keyword here, then both the condition here and here should be satisfied in the query, then only the data will be appear, because this condition should be satisfied. But if you are using or condition, any of the condition will be satisfied, then things will be fine. So print the names of all the customers whose are either corporate or belong to Mumbai. So how you can see, we have written down customer name, city and customer segment for corporate or this segment from table name where city is Mumbai or customer segment is corporate. So if I will run this query, then you can see name of the customer, city is Mumbai or customer segment is corporate. So who belongs to the corporate or who belongs to the Mumbai, that see here. This is for Mumbai but home office. That means one condition is satisfied, but this is for Mysore but having corporate. So any of the condition specified between two, then we can have the data. We want to see the data. So how you can see when I run this particular command, you can see that this includes those where people belonging to the Mumbai city or either belong to the corporate segment. Then you can see that customers are belonging to Mysore too is there. If you see this particular row, Jen Beko, second one row, this is from Mysore and having corporate. Mysore, but it is okay because it is having customer segment of corporate, because so that is something that will be useful. So here we are using compound conditions. So where multiple conditions we need to be satisfied in our database, we are using or clause. Similarly, we can use and clause as well. The same query with and can be run, but in that query what will happen, both conditions should be satisfied. They should be from Mumbai, they should be from corporate, then the data will appear as output. You can also try some more conditions from your end to see what kind of result will be appear. I want to show you after using here and keyword. So if I am using here and keyword, and I make the run of this. See, the only person who belongs to Mumbai, the person who belongs to corporate segment will be appear only. So, guys, I hope you really understood how to use keywords, as how to use from, how to use where, how to use compound conditions and filter, how to use for simple filter, how to use or keyword, how to use count keyword. I hope all of you understood how to use all these things. Please go for more and more practice so you can be comfortable on all the commands described till now. With my new video, I will meet you again with some new topics. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much.